Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Trigonometry Part 2. Okay, and this is just to um, further explain some of the some of the things you need to know under this introduction. Okay, so don't forget, please, you are benefiting from this presentation, from this online teaching. Please ensure you like, you comment, and share for other people to also learn, for other young minds to also learn. Okay, you have neighbors, you have cousins, you have nephews, you have friends that have young ones that are coming up. Please don't let them be mathematics deficient. Okay, they can learn it, they can study it in as much as they can understand English. Okay, so now for this part, now for part 2, we want to mention what we call Pythagoras theorem. Okay, it's a general theorem. It's just like almighty formula that you have minus b plus or minus b square root of b square minus, you know, um, minus 4ac over 2a, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so the same thing applies to Pythagoras theorem. They are very simple. Some of these young minds, they can, learn music. They can, see it word for word. The same thing, they can also learn all those things. They can also learn them. So Pythagoras theorem, from Pythagoras theorem, Pythagoras, from Pythagoras theorem is a general theorem that is common in what? In mathematics. It's a general theorem that is common in mathematics. Pythagoras theorem. So what does Pythagoras theorem says? Okay. So Pythagoras theorem says that hypotenuse square is equal to opposite square plus what? Adjacent square. Okay, hypotenuse square, okay, equals opposite square plus what? Adjacent square. So it means that hypotenuse square, okay, equals opposite square plus adjacent square. Very simple. Pythagoras theorem means hypotenuse square equals opposite square plus adjacent square. You understand? So very, very simple. And there are other things I need to also mention here. In mathematics, there's what we call sec, cosec, and what? Cot. Very important. In mathematics, there is what we call what? We call sec. Okay? Sec theta. I can say sec theta. I can say cosec theta, cosec theta, and I can say what? Cot, cotangent. You understand? But I'm shortening it. Cotangent theta or cot theta. Okay? Cot theta is also the same thing as what? Cotangent theta. Cosec, cosec theta, and what? Sec theta. You understand? So the question you need to ask yourself is not the same thing as what? The normal sign that you know. Sin theta, cos theta, tan theta. So how do you know which one is this? All you just pay attention to this. All you just need to do is that look for the third alphabet. What is the third alphabet here? Is what? C. What is the third alphabet here? Okay, the third alphabet here is what? X. Okay, now for the last one, the third alphabet is what? Tan. Very important. Those third alphabets will give you the answer you are looking for. Okay, that implies that okay, let me just say that implies that sec theta, so the third alphabet is what? C. So it means it's what? 1 over cos theta. That is the meaning. C there means what? Cos what? Theta. Okay, so sec theta is the same thing as what? 1 over cos theta. Very, very important. So sec theta is equal to what? 1 over cos what? Theta. Now look at the second one. The second one is what? Cosec. Cosec theta. What's the third alphabet? Okay, this is the third alphabet for this one. This one is the third alphabet, which is what? S. So it means it's what? 1 over sine theta. We already know our cos theta, sine theta. Okay, to be so casual. So all you just need to do is just find the inverse. That's all. Very simple. Just like changing pure water. Okay, then you have your what? Cot theta. What's the third alphabet there? The third alphabet is what? T. Then it means you have to now be what? 1 over what? Tan theta. Very simple. You can see now. So anytime you say sec, cosec, cot, either in maths or in further math, okay, you should know that. Look for the third alphabet. The third alphabet for sec is what? C. That C represents cos theta. Okay. Now the third alphabet in cosec theta is what? X. That represents what? Sin theta. Well, that's 1 over sin theta. Okay. Now the third alphabet for cot theta, which is the same thing as cotangent. Okay. Theta. The third alphabet is T, which is the same thing as what? 1 over what? Tan theta. Very, very simple. You need to understand all this, okay, because you can be given in your JAMB, in your entrance exam, find cosec. Cosec is not the same thing as what? Cos theta. Okay, I've told you, sec theta is not the same thing as what? It's not the same thing as what? Sin theta. Okay, I think I should just make it note here. Please note. Okay, please note that sec theta is not the same thing as what? Sin theta. Don't miss it. Okay, and don't jump the gun when you see questions under the spa. Okay, calm down and look at it very well so that at the end of the day you won't miss them with each other. Sec theta is not the same thing as what? Sin theta. Okay, then cosec theta is not the same thing as what? Cos theta. Very important. And cot theta is not the same thing. It's not the same thing as what? Tan theta. Very, very important. Okay, so don't mix it up. So now for sec theta is equals to 1 over cos theta. When I was young, I do mix them together. So that was why I'm re-emphasizing this. Okay, when I was, still studying mathematics when I was young, okay, I was mixing them together. So, and don't forget, we'll still be coming up on how I can advise you, okay, from A to Z, okay, A to Z on how you can become good in mathematics, on how you can become very good in mathematics. I'll still share that, okay. That will be in form of, questions and answers, or trying to share my experience with you guys. So now for cosec, sine, 1 over sine theta, third alphabet. For cot theta, third alphabet is T, is 1 over what? Tan theta. And we already know so catois from part 1 of trigonometry. Okay? And don't forget Pythagoras theorem. Hypotenuse square equals opposite square plus what? Adjacent square. Very, very important. I need to introduce you to this so that by the time we start solving questions, it will not be new to us. Okay? That is, in a right angle triangle, I can give you 2 values. I can give you this one to be 5. I can give you this one to be 4. Then I'll tell you to find this one. So you just use your Pythagoras theorem to look for it for the third one. Okay? So hypotenuse square equals opposite square plus 1 adjacent what? Square. From there, you will get your answer. Then you can move on to find your sin theta, your cos theta, and your what? And then, your tan theta. Or I can ask you to find sec theta, or cosec theta, or cot theta. Okay, so we'll solve questions under this part, okay, so that we can get the understanding. We are not rushing, we are taking our time. Okay, so for those that are having exam very soon, at least they can pick one or two things from the topics we've done, and they will be sure that yes, any question coming from that part, they will be able to what to solve it. Thank you very much. Cheers.